Blank check with Griffin and David. Blank check with Griffin and David. Don't know what to say or to expect. All you need to know is that the name of the show is Blank Check.
Okay. Welcome to Blank Check. Here are your hosts.
Hey, everybody.
Here's Griffin Newman.
Hey, everybody. My name is Griffin.
Hi, I'm David.
We're the two friends, hashtag the
Hey,
two
guys.
friends. We're the only two friends who do a podcast together.
Wait.
Oh, he's patting me on the back.
Hi,
and
guys.
this is our live Del Close Marathon 18 episode of a podcast called Blank Check. Blank Check is made up of mini-series. We like filmmakers, we like directors who have success early on and then get a blank check that they can use to do crazy projects, and sometimes they fail and sometimes they fly. And I think today we're going to be discussing one of the times where a filmmaker really flies.
Yeah.
Is given carte blanche and does something really bold and exciting. So this is our miniseries right now on Cameron Crowe.
Yeah, no one's actually heard this miniseries yet, but we're in the middle of it.
The fourth episode we've recorded, but none of them have been released yet.
So it's I didn't think of that until just now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, this is maybe really, really poorly thought out. But this is a miniseries called We Podcast.
Yep.
Covering the films of Cameron Crowe, and today we're discussing what I would argue is maybe...
Where would you put it?
I'd say it's the seminal work. I mean, I'd say it's the essential work. Of course...
Did you look up the date?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay.
I of course, am talking about his 2002 masterpiece, Denim Invasion, which was a commercial he directed for The Gap, starring Kate Beckinsale.
Yep.
And Orlando Bloom. It's a 30-second spot. We're going to discuss that today, and with us to discuss it is a very special guest. He's a veteran of the UCB Theater and a writer for Huffington Post. Ladies and gentlemen, John Trowbridge is here.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, and thank you, audience. This is great.
Hey,
And,
guys.
I love it.
You know, I'd be remiss if I didn't introduce, some call him the third friend, but that's not
We've
not
only
correct.
got 45 minutes.
I know.
Yeah, okay.
I know, so I'm going to go through this very quickly.
Okay.
Is he a friend of ours? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm a friend.
Yeah. Hardcore, he's a friend, but he's not one of the two friends.
I don't know why you got to exclude him when you're introducing him.
Because you could say hashtag the three pals,
Sure.
but we're the two friends.
Right.
He's our third pal. Goes by a couple names. Ben Hosley.
Hey, what's up? Hi.
Producer Ben.
Can
Yeah,
I list a few?
that makes sense.
Yeah, you
I'm
wanna
a
list a
producer.
few?
As a fan, I'd love to.
Oh, yeah.
Please.
Give it a
Let's see how
shot.
many you
So
can
he's,
do. Yeah.
The Ben Deucer. Of
course.
Kylo Ben.
Correct?
The Fuckmaster.
Yes.
It's true.
He's not Professor Crispy.
Don't
Nope.
even.
No.
And we have an audience here for the first time, so we're letting a lot of people into our
Don't
safe
try to
space.
be funny either.
Don't
and talk
fucking
to me
say
about
that because that's
later.
not
Yeah.
not funny. His audio is crisp, but that's not funny. That's not his nickname.
That's all I can remember right now.
Well, he also goes by the Poet Laureate, the
Yeah.
tiebreaker. Birthday, Benny. Your birthday was earlier this week.
It
Just
was,
had a
It
birthday.
was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Mr. Positive, the Haas, the Peeper. I think
I've been known to peep.
This is a
You
good
peep.
spot for peeping, too.
This is a good. We got big
peeping
windows.
spot.
We're in a big loft space. There are a lot of people sitting on inflatable chairs, and Ben's peeping all of them.
I am.
And while we have a crowd here, let's make good use of it. If everyone can, in unison, greet Ben with a hearty hello, Fennel. Can we get on the count of three? 1, 2, 3. Hello, Fennel.
Wow.
He's also
that
Ben Night
works.
Shyamalan and Ben-Sate, and producer Ben
Ben-Sate.
Kenobi.
That's a
Okay,
new one.
great. So how much time do we have left? 2 minutes?
No, we've got like 40 minutes left.
Okay, great.
Cool.
That's good because
That's
we're
about as much time as we need for a half-a-minute movie, right?
100%. Because
Yeah.
usually we cover like 90-minute movies, and our podcast is 5 hours long.
Right.
But this is 30 seconds, so let's sort of set the scene. The year is 2002. Okay.
Okay.
Crowe's coming off of an Academy Award win for Almost Famous,
Sure, and then he made Vanilla Sky.
which was a big box office success.
Sure.
Easily sailed past 100 mil domestic. Probably did at least another 100 overseas.
Okay.
So he's riding high. He's got a big blank check. And Hollywood turns to him, they go, "What do you want to do?" And he goes, "I want to make Gap sing. I want to make those denim jeans really sing to the public." And he gets two of the brightest up-and-coming stars, right?
So what's Kate B in at this point?
Well, Pearl Harbor was the year before.
Right.
I think Serendipity also came out that year, so that was a
Sure.
big sort of Hollywood anointment year. They tapped.
Had she done the Underworld series yet?
I think Underworld is the year after the commercial.
Wow.
So we're catching her.
Sparked the Underworld.
She's
That's
in an
nice.
interesting place, definitely. Former guest Diana Kolsky is waving to producer Ben.
I got to get her sandwiches.
Oh, okay. Ben, do you have to? Ben has to grab sandwiches? No, it's fine. Yeah. Well, actually, Diana, I have a sandwich. If you want a sandwich, as you may know, we have a regular segment on the show called the Burger Report.
Oh, great.
Where we try
a
to
hamburger?
find famos and give them burgers. Diana, I bought 10 cheeseburgers here today.
Oh my God.
Because I figure like we're at the party space. There are going to be a lot of
Tons of fambos here. yeah.
A-listers here. So yeah, if you want to, yeah, please. You just have to eat them in front of us right now so we can. Yeah.
Could you
if
eat on
could
mic,
just
though,
get-
actually?
Yeah.
Yeah, get in here.
Okay, so this is
Wait.
Diana.
I'm
Diana
sorry,
Kolsky-
Griffin. Don't
yeah.
you have to eat the burger too?
Hey, guys.
Or is it just that you see someone eating a burger?
I think you just have to see someone eating
Okay,
a burger.
okay.
Okay, so Diana Kolsky is here on mic, host of Ménage Trois Radio on the UCB network.
Thank you so much for the burger and
course.
for the shout out. I was gesturing about some sandwiches, but now I'm going to just get into a burger.
A hamburger sandwich, yeah.
Okay, here I go.
Okay.
Get in there.
Wow. Oh my
Wow.
God.
Oh, yeah, you can really
Oh
hear
my
it.
Look at
God.
that.
You can really hear it.
That's incredible.
This is great
Crowd
for a
loves this
podcast.
stuff.
Great
Yeah.
podcasting. Everyone's really into this.
It's dry. It's dry on my tongue.
Yeah, no, I think that's the burger's dry. I
Just
think
just
it's-
for
When did
the
you get
for
the
the
burgers?
listener at home, this is a cheap burger that
yeah,
Griffin is
yeah. I got
sprung
10
for.
$1 cheeseburgers at McDonald's. Okay, wow. So that's our first burger report, and Ben, producer Ben, has his arm around Diana Kolsky. This is an amazing moment, everyone. This is our first live
Thank
burger
you, Diana.
report. Okay, great, fantastic. Thank you. Okay, so 2002, Kate Beckinsale has the attention of Hollywood.
Sure.
She hasn't
Yeah.
found her franchise yet.
Yeah.
She hasn't found her purchase within the lands of Underworld.
Yeah.
And Bloom is like, he's
He's
at
in
this
the
point-
middle of Lord of the
Huge.
Rings, right?
Oh my God! Wait, we got Alan Starzinski, frequent troll of the podcast.
Oh my God!
yeah,
Don't
frequent
let him
Murf
skunk
Meyer.
us again. Please don't tell me we're gonna get skunked by Starzinski.
We're not going to get stunk by Starzinski. I'm drawing a very clear line. Murf Meyer from the Chris Gethard Show, podcaster, Ménage Trois Radio. If you wouldn't mind getting on mic right now and just eating this cheeseburger.
You got to eat in front of the mic.
Hey, Alan, if
Lover
you could
of
do me a favor, we're looking for famous people. If you know anyone of note within the party space, could you please refer them over here so they could eat a cheeseburger on mic? Yeah, let's not talk about that. So Murf right now is eating a cheeseburger.
You know what? This thing's McDonald's is probably going to give you AIDS, but I'll tell you what, it is still the best cheeseburger for the price.
Unbelievable. Okay, so another round of applause for the second burger report on mic. Orlando Bloom, 2002. We're in the midpoint.
Yeah.
Right of the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
What month does the Denim Invasion arrive?
April.
April. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Fellowship already landed
Yeah.
big.
Boom.
Yeah. The
Lost-
wave is up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lost Best Picture, but people, there's momentum, here, right? He knows he's got 2 more in the can.
Has Elizabethtown come out?
No, and
this
this
is-
I
Wow.
think is interesting.
This is the origin story for
Right?
Elizabethtown, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Because originally Cameron Crowe cast Ashton Kutcher
Sure.
Whoa, really?
in Elizabethtown.
Yep,
And
fired
I got
him.
I got an anonymous scoop from an actor who worked on Elizabethtown and said they got as far into like doing rehearsals with the cast like a couple weeks out from filming. And then we're like, fuck, this is not sustainable. Like Ashton Kutcher cannot be the lead of a Cameron Crowe movie.
Was it Alec Baldwin?
I'll never tell.
Who else is in Elizabethtown?
Who else is in Elizabethtown? A lot of people. But do you have a guess as to who it was?
Yeah, come on, take a guess.
Who was the girl? Who was
Kirsten Dunst.
Kristen
The great
Dunst. Yeah,
Kirsten
yeah.
Dunst.
Yeah,
It was
is it
not
Katie?
Dunst.
Are
It
you
was in
pals?
It was not Dunst.
Okay.
It was a character actor.
Have you
But-
ever met Dunst?
No, I haven't. Have you?
No. No.
I'd love
Would
to
love
meet
to.
her.
I
Can
bet she's great.
Can I tell a really sidebar? Can I sidebar
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
second?
No, we've got too much to get
Oh,
through.
we've got time.
We'll allow a little bit of time to talk about this. My best friend in high school for like a year, one of the years of high school, you change friends. Teenagers are fickle.
I was loyal.
By class, yeah. You
Yeah,
did. Yeah,
right.
Whoever your class
one
was.
year, I was it was like first day back, in the new year to school, and my friend was like, "Hey, Griffin, do you like those Spider-Man movies?" And I was like, "Yeah, I like those Spider-Man movies."
Yeah.
And he was like, "You like that Kirsten Dunst in those Spider-Man movies?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course I like that Kirsten Dunst in that Spider-Man movie." And he was like, "Made out with her." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he went to some fucking fucking Paradise Island Paradise.
This is your sidebar story?
With his family.
For
winter break.
Like a while back?
This was when we were in high school. He was 15, and Kirsten Dunst was like 23, and she was the star of Spider-Man movies. And she was like, "You're cute," and got drunk at the bar that night, and at midnight was like, "I don't have a midnight kiss. Do you want to make out?" And made out with him.
I don't believe that story.
I believe it 100%.
Nope.
That's what a dirt boy. He
Right?
shouldn't, yeah, he shouldn't be allowed to kiss.
He's a dirt boy.
Yeah, there's no way.
He's a fucking dirt boy.
Anybody who makes out with her shouldn't. The type of guy that she makes out with isn't a guy that brags about making out with her. I think.
I agree. That shows me that he wasn't worthy.
Yeah.
You know? But Kirsten Dunst, if you want to come and refute that story or corroborate it, please feel free to be a guest anytime you want on the podcast.
Sure.
Okay, so the year is 2002.
Yeah.
Cameron Crowe directs. He's got the Oscar in the hand.
Yeah.
Beckinsale and Bloom are both stars in flux, right? They're on the rise. They don't know exactly what kind of movie star they're going to be.
Yeah. And he smells an invasion in the air,
He
right?
smells-
There's something happening.
He feels it in
The
his
khaki
fingers,
era's
right?
out. The denim's
Yeah, exactly. Khakis are 90s, right?
Yeah, they're done.
Yes.
It's the new millennium.
No, there's a denim invasion happening. And I think invasion is a key word because this is an aggressive commercial. This commercial doesn't hold any fucking punches, right?
Yeah.
So we start off crisp, beautiful black and white, right?
It's not crit. I watched it on my phone.
Yeah, well, you
so-
watched it. I
okay,
mean, YouTube
all right, okay.
460, 480p or whatever. But it was also, I think, interesting to note, letterboxed.
Uh-huh.
Like this is before TVs had become widescreen, so the commercial itself was letterboxed. Like on the screen, there's like a white letterboxing.
Yeah, it's very white. This is a
Yes.
white commercial.
It's a very white commercial, crisp black
It's
and
fitting
white.
that Cameron Crowe made this
Yeah,
commercial. Yes.
100%. And so the first image we see, Orlando Bloom, Kate Beckinsale, walking.
Very
like,
hot couple.
Very hot couple.
Very hot couple.
Let's
almost
talk about this for a
canoodling.
little bit. They're
Yeah.
canoodling.
They're canoodling.
Yeah.
So first of all, they both look incredibly attractive in this.
They do.
Yeah. Loose weekend attractive.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Not like trying to do up like cool loose clothing coming out of brunch. Like ha ha ha, isn't that funny? We
See-
just killed brunch. Let's do it.
That's interesting
Yeah.
that that's your read, because my read, and I want to discuss this for a little bit, my read was that they were on their way to brunch.
Whoa, really?
But I
Yeah.
think they're exiting a restaurant. Are
Yeah.
they not?
But I mean, it's Los Angeles.
do a
It's like there are
deep
restaurants
dive.
all around them, so they might be walking by a restaurant.
All right.
I thought they were going
Do you think
super-
they have a friend who's a chef at one restaurant and they were saying hi to him before going to another restaurant
Without
for
a
brunch?
doubt.
That's exactly what I
Without
think
a
was
doubt.
happening. That's
Okay.
exactly what I. But they just had one friend who worked at a restaurant.
You're not the two
They
friends?
didn't have the two friends
Right,
who
but
worked
are
at the
they
restaurant.
the two friends or are they...
Wait a second. Oh my God, is this
Oh, wow.
past guest and Academy Award nominated filmmaker George Lucas?
Oh my god.
Oh my God. George Lucas. George Lucas. Hey, we have a segment here we do on the podcast. We've, revamped the podcast a little since you came up, but we have a new segment called The Burger Report. We have celebrities eat burgers. Would you mind eating a cheeseburger?
What brand is this?
It's a McDonald's cheeseburger.
Well, McDonald's has, to the best of my recollection, never done a Star Wars tie-in. Burger King did for the early films. Did McDonald's do one?
That is incorrect.
When
I
did
know
they?
for a fact.
When did they do
As
it?
a connoisseur of merchandising,
Yes.
that McDonald's did a toy campaign for the Clone Wars theatrically released movie.
Oh, but that's a sub-series.
You oversaw it. It was
I
before
oversaw it,
Your
but
name
very
was on
hand-
that thing.
very
Your
hand-
name was all over that thing.
I don't really regard that. No one thinks that's prime Star Wars.
You're not going to eat the burger because they never did a campaign for your main films.
I appreciate them doing a sub-series, but Burger King was there at the beginning, and then KFC got on board for Phantom Menace. I'd happily eat
Taco
if you
Bell?
give me some Taco Bell.
They don't make burgers. It's the Burger Report.
What? Wait, I thought this was a Star Wars. I thought this was a Star Wars podcast. The last time I was on it, this was a Star Wars podcast, and that's why I dropped by. You
Well,
talked
yeah-
about the Star Wars
Yeah,
prequels.
yeah.
And my assumption was you would never stop.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of
Why
people,
would
I
you-
think, felt that way.
Why you had such a good run, so many great episodes where you talk about how much fun it was to watch the prequels.
That's a read, I would say, on it, a different read.
Dave, back me up here. I know you love the prequels. You loved watching them again and again and again.
Your take? Oh, no, he's talking to
That
me.
was posted, yeah.
I love the prequels. I mean, you didn't think, though, that when we recorded, like, our 40th episode with you watching Revenge of the Sith, that things were wrapping up?
No, it felt like things were just getting started. Time for... The prequels are more fun on the rewatch.
Well, what's your take on the prequels?
We rewatched each one 10 times, yeah.
Weigh in on the prequels.
Wasn't a huge fan of the prequels.
Okay.
But you were a fan, though. You just you said you weren't a huge fan of them, but you are. That implies that you were a fan, but not a huge fan.
I guess I was below a fan.
Well, why would you word it that way? It really sounded like you were a fan.
I just want to note for the listeners, George
still
still has the burger unopened in his hand.
He's holding it. I'm not taking it back from you because I think...
Misa don't want to eat this.
Okay. Well, George, we did a long run. We did like 9 months just talking about your
9 months
movie.
isn't even a year.
Well, it's almost a
That's
year.
not even as long as Droids ran.
We did like 40 episodes, and then we decided, that it was time to move on.
So what's this podcast now?
It's about Cameron Crowe.
Cameron Crowe?
Yeah, we're trying to do like other important filmmakers. So we did M. Night Shyamalan, and then we did the Wachowskis, and now we're doing Cameron Crowe. We're talking about a Gap
M. Night did
commercial.
a draft of Crystal Skull.
Cameron Crowe did a draft.
No, M. Night.
Oh, M. Night did a draft of Crystal Skull?
Yeah.
Really? How was it?
Twisty. We would have had to rename it Twistle Skull.
Did you ever work with Cameron Crowe? Was there ever any overlap there in any sort of way?
Oh, I mean, you'll have to forgive me. I'm 71 years old. Did I ever work with Cameron Crowe?
The brain wheels are turning, people. We can see it happening.
I mean, I know that there was no project on record that you worked on with him. I'm wondering if there was any developed but unproduced.
Did he take a pass at Droids? Maybe, I don't know.
Yes, the Droids animated series.
I'm trying to think. There has to be a connection. So let me go through. So Cameron Crowe, he wrote. What was his connection to Fast Times?
He wrote Fast Times.
He wrote Fast Times.
Yeah.
Then what?
Then
Sniglets.
Yeah, you mentioned Sniglets.
Say Anything, then Singles, then Jerry Maguire. Almost Famous, then Denim Invasion, the 2002
Show Me the Money is based on me.
How is Show Me the Money based on you?
Because I have a lot of money.
Well, that's not... By that count, you can take credit for anything related to the economy.
Okay.
Was the Brexit, a reference to you?
Yeah. Brexit's a reference. The BREXIT is a droid.
BREXIT.
The Brexit droid?
And those films did shoot in England.
Those films did shoot in England.
Yeah, so it directly affected the Brexit. I'll say this, I'll go on record. Maybe if I hadn't made all the Star Wars movies in England, there would have been no Brexit.
So you think...
In a world where none of the Star Wars movies were filmed in England...
Yeah.
So many things would have changed that there's no way we would have arrived at the Brexit.
Well,
at least it would have happened on a different day. Give me that.
Do you think the world would be better or worse?
I don't know. I mean, who knows?
All right, fair
It would have
enough. George
changed,
Lucas,
but it would have been
ladies and
such a
gentlemen.
profound change.
Let me ask you this. So you did the sequel trilogy of Star Wars films, Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, all filmed in England.
Yeah.
And then when you did your original trilogy, of course, which started with The Phantom Menace,
Yes.
the first film, that was shot in England, but then
You moved to
Attack
Australia.
the Clones, Revenge of the Sith were both shot in Sydney, Australia.
Yeah.
Did you sort of have a sense of what was happening? Did you feel like the Brexit was going to happen?
Yeah,
Or
that
do you
was
think-
the original Brexit. I thought, I'm going to Brexit this. I thought of the Cameron Crowe connection. The first draft of Vanilla Sky was called Vanilla Skywalker.
Great.
Lucasfilm's lawyers, I had my lawyers swoop in, say, knock it off.
Wait, Griffin, we have to... I mean, we're talking about the Denim Invasion.
Yeah, have you
This
seen...
is a denim fan right here.
Yeah, you
George
wear a lot
Lucas.
of denim.
I love it.
Have you seen the Denim Invasion?
What's the Denim Invasion?
It was a 30-second Gap commercial that Cameron Crowe directed in 2002, and we're spending our entire podcast talking about it today.
And what happens in...
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, a second burger for Murf, Meyer.
What
Dana
happened?
Kolsky and Chris Gethard Show, writer, consulting, creative producer, by legal terms, Will Miles, eating a burger.
Will, I just downloaded your comedy album onto my iPod. George Lucas downloaded Will Miles.
Yeah, we got it. We all know who you are. He's seeing you. He knows that you're George Lucas. It's very visually apparent.
I have over 200 songs on my iPod.
Yeah, I know. I saw Strange Magic.
Thank you. You're the only one. Who here saw Strange Magic?
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't care for it.
Did you see it, Murf Meyer?
You saw Strange Magic?
Murf is saying off mic that he didn't care for it with a mouthful of burger.
I also, on mic, want to thank you guys for bringing cheeseburgers.
Oh, of course, yeah, no, we got it.
Thank
It's
you,
all
David.
Griffin.
Yeah.
And thank you, Griffin.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And John Trowbridge, what the hell? Thank you.
Hey,
Yeah,
John's
John Trowbridge, yeah.
not a huge fan, but is a fan of the Star Wars prequels.
below fan. Below fan.
Yeah.
of
Below
Star Wars
fan.
So what is
It's a
below
new level
fan?
of fandom.
Slightly
He's
below
a
fan.
below fan, still a fan though.
Can we get back to talking about the work at hand? Because we're way
Yeah,
behind.
come on, we're getting
there's
real
a lot to
sidetracked
dice.
on the Denim
We've
Invasion.
only gotten to the setup, which is that they're walking either in or out of brunch. Okay. So Denim Invasion, yeah. Apparently we're not
Tell
allowed
me
to
the
burgers in this
Huge
area.
amounts of food.
So I'm allowed to hand out burgers, but then
equipment.
they can't be eaten in this area. So George, maybe you made a good choice.
Yeah, because I want to be a guest for a few more minutes.
Okay.
What happens in the Denim Invasion? Give me the rundown.
Okay.
I'm great with story. I'm great with storytelling, so I can maybe tell you how I would do it.
A lot happens. So it's black and white imagery, right?
Great.
And we start out, we see a beautiful couple played by Kate Beckinsale and Orlando Bloom. I almost said Orlando Jones, which would be an interesting take on this
That would have been
commercial.
better,
Osmosis
honestly.
Jones.
Yeah, or Osmosis Jones would also be good. He would have been good in this. And the two of them are walking either in or out of brunch. We can't tell, but they're definitely like, it feels like it was like a morning in, you know?
Okay, so you think it's a late brunch? Is that what you're saying?
I think
Okay.
they
Yeah,
just
I think it's a
couldn't
late
get out of
brunch.
bed.
I think they woke
Yeah.
up. I think they woke up. I think they had sex.
No question.
I think they went to
Okay,
brunch.
they are the afterglow is present. you
Yeah.
would say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think they both came, and then I think they,
I think
and,
so,
then, and then
too.
they went to brunch.
And if
without
I
a
can
doubt.
even go back a step, I think they woke up, did some hand stuff.
Whoa.
And we're just going to do a little hand
Griffin's
stuff.
reading this off a piece of paper. It's weird.
I think they we're just going to do a little hand stuff, not time for full sex. And then once the hands were moving, they were like, I don't know, let's like go the full distance.
Sure.
Then they both came a bunch. I think you're totally correct about that.
Yeah.
And
No
I think they came at the same time because the energy I get
Whoa,
from the top
really?
of this commercial was that was the first time that happened.
So that's why they're grinning. You don't think they're grinning because
that
of the
makes
Denim
sense.
Invasion that's coming?
Well, I don't think they know it's coming yet.
Okay.
This is before
But they
the
are
thing
wearing
shot.
denim.
What? We just got an emergency alert. Oh no, it's the Denim Invasion. Oh no.
Rip off your khakis.
Do we know what this is? It's a fire alarm.
fire
Oh,
alarm.
great.
Oh,
Perfect.
That is the noise that the BREXIT makes when attacking.
Can you remind me when the BREXET appears in the films?
Yeah. When Grand Marf Tarkin leaves the room, you'll notice a little droid that is walking around.
And that's
the
him.
BREXIT.
Getting the all clear that it's fine.
To keep recording?
But if there is a fire, Ben, you have to go first and get this audio onto the internet as quickly
Yeah.
as possible. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
We want the audio crisp, but not burned to a crisp, you know? It's got to be clean, baby. I'm willing to die if this podcast survives, because I think this is our best episode.
I think if we perish, this needs to be put out in the world.
This is what I want. I don't know. I want my
this is
parents-
our last will and testament.
I want my
Yeah.
family to know that I died doing what I loved.
All right,
and
so
what
go
people
back
loved me
to hand stuff. And,
Oh right, so
yeah,
the hand
sure,
stuff.
yeah.
They both came a bunch, and this is I think a real Cameron Crowe touch.
Ooh, different
Different tone.
Thumbs
Yeah.
up.
Different tone.
Thumbs
different-
up.
So he wants to
Emergency.
show physical intimacy, right, and love.
Sure.
And a hack filmmaker would just go holding hands, right? Holding hands, something basic like that. Someone else might do like PDA, like they're fully making out.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
Cameron Crowe, the blocking of the scene, the physicality, they're like fully entangled in each other.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
because it's so white, it's like they have one body. It's like
Yes.
they're Siamese people.
Yeah, because let's
Yeah.
say this: they're both wearing denim blue jeans and white T-shirts, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
In
so
anticipation of the Denim Invasion.
So they have their arms like around each other like this, like almost like they're slow dancing, but they're moving forward in
Yeah.
space. And the song starts up. Ben, do you have the song here? You were playing it earlier.
Ben is snapping into action.
Yeah, Ben.
Dave, while he's getting the audio ready, can I ask? You said Siamese people. Are they similar to Nemoidians?
Yeah, very similar.
Why would you even make that comparison yourself? Why would you draw that line?
I'm just asking. I'm curious.
But you in the past have argued that the
Griffin, you've
Nemoidians
gotten
are.
so many fights with him about this.
I know. I want to, because I feel like half the time you try to skirt any
Oh,
responsibility.
here's the song. Here's
Here we
the
go.
song. Come on, let the song wash over you.
Right? Okay, so the opening lines of this, feel it in my fingers,
Do we
feel it
have
in
the
my
rights to
toes.
this?
Absolutely not. Okay? So that you see them and they feel it in their fingers, they feel it in their toes, you know?
The first time I heard this song, it was actually the it was the remake of it in Love Actually.
Yeah.
With
yeah,
Feel It All, Christmas is all around me. So that's the original to me, and this is
by Bill
this
Nye's
is like whatever.
character.
This is
Is that
fucking
the,
derivative of that joke.
Sure, by Bill Nye's character.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I forget what his name is.
That sounds weird to do a bit where you pretend that an earlier thing didn't exist to only acknowledge the existence of a later thing.
Yeah, that's the same thing with same thing happened to me with Out Cold. You know that Zach Galifianakis snowboarding movie, which is pretty much just Casablanca, which I saw after Casablanca. And so then I saw that, and then I saw Casablanca, and I'm like, that's just fucking Out Cold. Fuck that.
Out Cold ripoff. It is worth noting that this commercial did air a year and a half before Love Actually came out.
Sure.
So Love Actually might be kind of paying homage, tipping its hat to the Denim Invasion.
Not to be too nerdy, but Wet, Wet, Wet covered this song, and it was featured in Four Weddings and a Funeral, I believe, the Richard Curtis joint. So
there's a line there. There's definitely a line there where it fits in to the chronology. And they're entangled. They feel it in their fingers. They feel it in their toes.
Yep.
And at first
we don't see their toes, but it's implied.
Yeah, right. That's interesting because they do frame them sort of cowboy style, like just sort of like a little bit. You get a little bit of the crotch because you need to see that they're wearing the jeans. Like
George Lucas is still here, by the way.
Yeah, Academy Award nominated filmmaker George Lucas is still on the podcast.
That's right.
All right, carry on.
So you don't see their toes, but it's sort of the magic of cinema that like they let you assume that the toes are there.
Yeah.
It's sort of implied.
I'm glad I brought this up.
Yeah, based on sort of your knowledge of what a human body usually looks like.
Yeah, I mean, in filmmaking, one of the rules is show, don't tell, but sometimes another rule is sometimes you don't even have to show.
No, sometimes you just do.
Yeah, you just know. He didn't show that there were toes.
Yeah.
But he did tell through the song that there were toes.
It's no, don't tell.
Yeah.
They trust that the audience just knows.
No, don't tell.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the way you're saying it, it sounds like don't tell.
No, show, don't tell, but if don't show, then no, don't tell. That's
right.
what... the public version, it gets shortened, but that's what real filmmakers and storytellers say, is we say, show, don't tell, no, unless no, then show, and don't show, no, don't tell.
And that's written on the side of the USC film building.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So now it's starting up, right? They got the feeling, and I think at first read when you're watching the commercial for the first time, because we all watched it at least 2 times. I watched about 10.
Griffin told me to watch it at least 2 times.
You got to watch it at least 2, because the first time it doesn't really make sense. And then the second time it really clicks.
Yeah.
It's sort of like Sixth Sense, where like you need to know the ending.
Yeah,
you
got to have the
track
logic
back.
of it mapped out. Yeah.
So when I hear the first time, feel in my fingers, feel in my toes, I'm like, love. They feel love. They're in love. They just came together.
Sure.
You know?
Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think they fucked. I don't think they fucked before the thing.
This is a twist.
I don't think they fucked because I think they woke up. I think they did a light hand stuff.
Okay, you do agree on hand stuff.
I do believe on the hand stuff.
Yeah.
But then I think they were like, oh fuck. Like someone saw the time and was like, shit, we gotta go.
We gotta go say hi to our friend the chef.
We gotta go see our friend
brunch.
the chef.
Right.
And then they paused the
Do you
sex.
think,
They paused like the sexual activity.
Right.
Because like I feel like if you fucked and then you went to go eat, you wouldn't need to like hold them on the street. You wouldn't like feel the thrust.
You're saying it's
I like
to,
that.
to like hold them and like squeeze them on the street. You'd be like, well, we fucked already.
Yeah.
Let's just walk across the street to this place. But if you
You're
like,
a body language doctor, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay. Just
We forgot to mention
I
that
write
in the introduction.
I write body language posts for the Huffington Post.
Great.
But yeah, and so I think if you're like, well, we're gonna fuck later, then that's like a fun thing that you have in your head, and then you squeeze
As
them.
you
You
exit.
squeeze them on the street to be like, I'm squeezing you this tight now, but when I fuck you later,
That's fascinating. Yeah, and
that's gonna be much better.
I like that you said paused rather than stop the sexual activity, because there's
Yeah.
this promise of like we're gonna pick it up.
Yeah.
But they gotta get to brunch. They overslept. Now, do you think we established, of course, that they are going into a brunch place that they're not eating at to say hi to their one friend who is the chef?
Yes.
That's our working theory.
Yeah,
Right.
now.
But do you think at the brunch that they're eventually trying to get to, they are meeting friends there? Because I think that really could change the way you view what happens in the rest of this commercial.
Well, why not? Well,
It looks like I'd say they're meeting friends.
Okay.
Because they look like they dressed well enough to impress somebody.
Well, they're wearing Gap. They're wearing their
They're
Gap
wearing Gap.
finest.
They're wearing loose
Yeah.
Gap.
Yeah, they're
The
wearing
Denim
loose
Invasion.
Gap. David, do you have something
I'm trying to think of so Beckinsale could be meeting. I'm trying to think of Cameron Crowe people they could be meeting. Like Beckinsale could be meeting John Cusack,
Oh, interesting. You're saying, are they meeting people from the Crowverse?
Who was Bloom in a movie with who was in a Cameron Crowe movie?
Well, he was in Elizabethtown. I mean,
well, no, but
he was meeting his own future character. Other than that, well, he was in Elizabethtown with Alec Baldwin, who's in Aloha.
No, this is no good. All right, moving on.
Depp was never. Keira Knightley was never. None of the Lord of the Rings people were ever in a Crow movie, right?
I don't think so.
Liv Tyler feels like she would have been in a Crow movie.
Kate Hudson, maybe?
Kate Hudson was never in a Crow. Oh, no, it's in Almost Famous. What was the film that he was in with her?
Let's just say they're meeting up.
Okay.
It's going to be Hudson, Beckinsale, Cusack, Bloom.
Right.
That's the brunch date.
Right.
Okay.
Lloyd Dobler.
Yeah, in character. Yeah.
They're meeting Lloyd Dobler
Penny Lane.
and Jerry Maggs and Penny Lane, right?
Jerry Maggs.
Jerry Maggs.
Yeah.
He's showing them the brunch. And so they're walking down the street. They start to feel it. They look at each other and they have this sort of like, I don't know, should we kind of look? Like they have this weird kind of knowing like, are we freaks? Like, should we do this?
Yeah.
And then they sort of nod to each other and they start like running.
They start booking it.
They start booking it. It's not even like a transition from like strolling, because they're not walking, they're strolling, right? Casually.
Yeah.
And they don't do like a soft transition to like, oh, let's power walk, let's jog, let's run. They start booking.
You know how you transition from power walking to jogging to running?
Yeah, we all transition. And don't be transphobic here, David. We all transition from power walking to running.
Fair enough.
And so they
Ben
start.
didn't like that.
Ben hated it. -5 comedy points. They start running full speed, and you're like, sort of, what's going on here? Why are they running? Are they that late for brunch? But they're like smiling as they're doing it, but they're still holding each other, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not as closely now because that would limit mobility, but they're still like holding each other tightly. And then you notice in the background.
Yeah.
Everyone's fucking running.
Not only that, they're all wearing the same clothes.
They're all wearing Gap denim.
They're all wearing
it's like
Gap
an
denim.
Attack of the Clones.
Well, I mean...
Thank you. George Lucas still on this podcast.
Yeah, George Lucas is still on this podcast.
I just watched the commercial on my cellular telephone.
So tell us what you thought of it, George.
Well, it looks to me like a classic Star Wars homage. It looks like they're referencing one of the classic lines I use. It's either some version of this in almost all my movies where people say, "We got to get out of here." It happens all the time. You'll notice people say, "We got to get out of here." And this is a commercial where everybody says it at once. "We got to get out of here." And then they do it.
So you view this commercial as having a sense of threat to
You have a clone army.
Yeah.
And they all got to get out of here.
So you think there's
It's a Star Wars double play.
Yeah, so you think there is a clone army?
You think a clone army dressed in what you said, my trademark denim outfit?
Yeah.
And they all basically say with their actions, as in show don't tell,
right.
We gotta get out of here. You're telling me that isn't 1, 2, 3 Star Wars, Lucas?
George, were you offended that Cameron didn't come to you for consult you on this work?
No, people are, look. Am I offended? Look, I've been more offended if he'd paid me $5 billion to ruin my life. You know?
Okay.
That's what Disney did.
Yeah, I know. You know, we've had you on the podcast a number of times now, and every time you keep on talking about how wounded you feel by the Disney deal, and then when I press you on it, you deny sort of feeling bad about it.
They're great people, and they ruined it.
What did they ruin?
Star Wars and everything. They ruined everything.
I mean, how did you... I don't think we haven't had you on the show since The Force Awakens
since Force Awakens came out.
Because that's the thing. You know, I kept my mouth shut. I was classy up until right before the movie released when I compared Disney to white slavers.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
You know?
Right.
And...
which is a real thing you said, not on this podcast.
It's a real thing I said.
I said 16 minutes.
I said it to Charlie Rose. I said that selling Star Wars to Disney was like selling your child to white slavers.
Yeah.
And I said this knowing that people would hear it publicly.
Yeah.
It was in front of a camera, a television camera.
Yeah, in front of a camera. And I intentionally waited until a month before the release because I'm a class act.
Through.
So did you see the movie after that?
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on The Force Awakens?
I thought it looked like I couldn't see through all my tears. It was hard to see.
Because the film emotionally sort of overtook you. You were caught up with the story.
It's a good emotional movie. Yeah, it gets the tears going.
A few scenes. Yeah.
Well, I wanted to make a Star Wars movie. You know, the thing is, like, when you see a commercial, to bring us back to Denim Revolution.
Invasion.
Force Awakens, Denim Revolution, or what they were. Denim Invasion. Which is better?
Denim Invasion is better than Force Awakens.
Force Awakens.
Honestly, if you're looking for a movie recommendation and someone says to you, see Star Wars episode phony, The Force Awakens, I hope you have a better friend with good taste who says, no, watch the Denim Invasion 100 times instead. Because
100 times would be 50 minutes. That's a brisk film.
Yeah, that's still one-third of The Force Awakens, essentially.
Well, then watch it 100 more times. Then you got a feature.
Can you explain to me what you dislike so strongly about The Force Awakens?
None of it happened.
What do you mean none of it happened? It did happen. They made the movie.
Anybody can just make up a Star Wars story. I wanted to tell you what really happened to these characters, and none of that happened.
By what metric are these things real? You made up a bunch of stories. So
I'm a storyteller.
Yes, so is J.J. Abrams.
No, he's something else.
But when you're saying what really happened, in your mind, what really happened? What would Episode 7 be? What really happened to Force Awakens is not what really happened.
Legally, I can't tell you. That's part of my curse and my shame, is that I accepted billions of dollars to keep silent, to keep the truth from people. I wish I could tell you. I'll tell you this: Han Solo doesn't die; he lives forever.
In your Episode 7, it is revealed that Han Solo is immortal.
Yeah, he lives forever. He gets hit by a force blast. I shouldn't even tell you this. He gets hit by a blast of the pure force, makes him a forever angel of life. And
he's a forever angel of life.
Look, I don't care. Disney can sue me. This is
what
happens.
The role Harrison Ford would really love to sink his teeth into.
Definitely.
Yeah.
He's definitely a guy who seems to have a lust for life.
Would you rather? Yeah. No. You see his earring shines.
So you would have him wear the earring.
Sure. Yeah.
Would Callista Flockhart be in your sequels?
Yeah, and that dancing baby would be in it.
The dancing baby from Ally McBeal.
Yeah, the dancing baby, because that baby was pure CGI, just like Jar Jar. When I saw the dancing baby on Ally McBeal, that's when I knew I got to put one of these phony characters in my movie, and it's going to be hilarious, just like Ally McBeal.
So I just want to be clear about this. This is the chain. In your Star Wars films, there was a character, Han Solo, who was played by Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Because of that, ergo, in your 7th film, hypothetically, Han Solo, the character, would wear the earring that Harrison Ford, the actor in real life, wears.
That's right. Because honestly, if you want to see a Star Wars movie with the number 7 in it, you'd be better off seeing 6 Days, 7 Nights, where he wears that earring, than you would be seeing, because that's more of a Han Solo movie. Let me tell you something. I didn't make 3 Star Wars movies, 2 Ewok movies, and many more Star Wars-related things, including that Clone Wars thing you talked about.
Yeah, you were a big fan of that. I don't want your dismissive.
You just disowned that.
That was like your baby.
Just to have some teenager sucker stab his daddy. Because that's what happened. He got killed by a teenager, a moody teenager.
I think Adam Driver's
like in his early 20s.
Imagine sitting through Return of the Jedi, and at the end of the movie, turning to your friends and saying, "Hey, guess what? I bet some teenager tricks him into a getting stabbed through the front." I bet that's how this ends. Your friends would say, "You're dumb."
Okay, as opposed to a film in which Han Solo wears the earring that Harrison Ford wears in real life.
Yeah.
Ergo, Callista Flockhart, his real-life wife, would play a character. Ergo, the dancing baby from Ally McBeal, a show she was on previously, as an actress, not a character, would be in the film. And how would that end?
I'm not going to give away the ending. What if someday I buy the rights back from Disney and redo all this?
That's your plan.
Maybe.
How are you going to? Are you flipping houses right now with your $5 billion? Is that how you're going to get the money?
Maybe if I need to, maybe I'll flip Skywalker Ranch. I flip it.
Do you have any bidders right now? Is anybody on deck?
No bidders on deck right now, but it's a great place. We have our own fire department. That's a big selling point. Like, you don't get a lot of like a lot of times people are like, does it have 3 bathrooms? I'm like, yeah, it's also got its own fire department.
It has stained glass by Marshall Lucas.
Yeah, built by the man who cuckolded me. That's true fact.
Yeah.
The stained glass was installed by a man who cuckolded me.
Oh, I know. I've talked about it a lot on this podcast, much to David's
Why
dismay.
do I keep that stained glass up? That's a question I will never answer. Why would you, if a man cuckolded you, would you keep up the stained glass that he built for your house? No.
I mean, that's the $5 billion question, I would say, because not only was it the man who cuckolded you, but that's how they met.
Yeah.
And she left immediately after the stained glass was gone.
Yeah, that's right.
Like that symbolizes that moment in your life where everything fell apart.
You seem to have an issue with the idea that Han Solo would wear an earring, but I gave Anakin a rat tail.
Yeah, but Hayden Christensen, did he have a rat tail in real life?
No, that was a CGI rat tail.
Well, that's my point. My issue isn't with wearing the earring. I think you're blurring these lines.
Griffin, you're getting sucked into another debate with George Lucas on yet another live
it's
episode.
It's hard not to.
Yeah, Ben.
We got 5 minutes of... Oh,
all
shit.
Right,
okay.
Well, we gotta
tune into our Cameron Crowe podcast.
I'm going to leave now. I'm going to leave now, but I wish you the best. I really do think that... Congratulations on Denim Invasion podcast.
Thank you.
So all the remaining episodes are going to be about Denim Invasion?
No, it's about other Cameron Crowe films. We're going to go through all of Cameron Crowe's
Can I recommend, please, if you're not going to do about Star Wars, make every episode of this podcast about Denim Invasion?
Why would we do that? That's a fool's
Because George
idea.
Lucas asked you. I mean, I asked so nicely just now.
Okay, I'll consider it.
It's under consideration.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We can discuss.
Oh, you sound like Disney executives.
Do you want to take a burger with you as you go?
What kind of burgers do you have?
McDonald's burger.
You had a cheeseburger. There are other kinds. What do you have, a Big Mac?
No, it's just I got the basic $1 cheeseburger.
No thanks.
Okay. George Lucas, everybody.
He could buy 5 billion of those burgers.
Thank you, George. Georgie Porgy Lucas, our little baby boy.
So this is Denim Invasion.
So let's get back, because we got a lot to cover still in the commercial.
Somehow we still didn't get to the end of a 30-second commercial.
I told you, we don't usually... 45 minutes is a constraint on us.
I walked in and Ben said, what are we going to do? And I said, I think we're going to talk about the commercial for 45 minutes.
100%. Okay, so the commercial ends with...
Yeah.
Where'd we leave it off?
They were running with many
They
people
had just had
dressed in
sex,
denim.
and they were about to start running.
I mean, possibly. We got...
And the Trogs are on the,
now, an element I think that
on
you
the soundtrack.
Glossed over, Griffin, is that they're holding each other, and then they start to walk a little faster, but then they look behind them,
Yes.
and see the mob of models,
Clones.
Great
Probably.
clones,
Yeah.
model clones chasing after them, and then that's what makes them run faster and faster and faster and faster.
But it's unclear. I mean, I think it's very unclear as to whether they're running with or running away from.
Yeah, is it supposed to be a Hard Day's Night thing? Are they being chased?
Well, and it's also...
Were they being chased by them before and they ran into the restaurant to hide from them, but now
Maybe?
they've been rumbled again?
And also, the title of the commercial is Denim Invasion, and here's a real director's flourish. The commercial starts with a title card.
It does.
And that's not the YouTube upload, he put a title card on it.
And Cameron Crowe uploaded this personally to YouTube.
Yes, this is on his personal YouTube account. Let's point that out.
That is true.
Yeah.
The commercial starts with, over the image, a superimposed title that says Denim Invasion. So very few commercials let you know what the title is, so you have a sense of sort of foreboding dread.
Sure.
And it's are they leading the invasion? You know?
Right. Are
Have
they
they
at the head
become
of it?
these
Yeah.
de facto revolutionaries?
That's interesting. And greatness has been thrusted upon them, whereas they didn't want it before.
Right.
That's nuts.
Is this commercial about Orlando Bloom and Kate Beckinsale, the actors, who are now getting caught by fans having a secret affair? Or do they just play two fictional characters who are being chased by an ominous group of beautiful people wearing denim for unknown reasons?
It's ambiguous.
I like to think that they woke up and they sort of felt like the two of them were, they sort of felt like outsiders.
Do you think they felt it in their
above
fingers?
it all. And then this group of people made them their leader. And at first they're like, I don't know what to do with this responsibility. I don't know anything about the Denim Invasion. I don't know. I guess I think things are fine, but maybe they're not. And now they have to lead this entire revolution across the whole world.
Well, they felt it in their fingers and in their toes. That's how a revolution starts. You get this sort of burning kind of tingling
In the
thing.
extremities, you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I also think the key to decoding this commercial is in the main thrust of the song when it really kicks in is love is all around us.
Yeah.
And so they're sort of being attacked with love. There's the sense of all these people wearing denim has activated their powers.
It's almost like watching a Cameron Crowe movie, feeling attacked by love.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Good-looking people being really happy. Let me clarify. Good-looking white people being really
for
happy.
sure.
And madly in love.
Yep.
Yeah.
And just sort of swarming you. We should also mention, this commercial is all done in one shot.
One take.
Yeah.
It's one take, and it feels like they're in a car, but it moves around different sides of them. I watched it 10 times, as I said. And as far as I could tell, they had a crane on a car Because at the end, it's like an overhead
Yeah,
shot.
yeah. It jumps into the air.
But it starts
it's like
at
the
sort of
Bjork video.
It starts at sort of eye level, but at a different perspective. Like, it makes these massive shifts.
So you think this is Crowe announcing himself as a visual filmmaker?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think this was his touch of evil moment, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Because he was saying, like, I'm known as a writer. I'm known as an actor.
I've got my writing Oscar.
Editing, but I don't do a lot of flashy camera work.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm going to move this baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is him entering into De Palma mode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, who do you think shot this? Zygmunt?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. We should figure that out.
Yeah.
But I also think this commercial was probably prohibitively expensive.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's my sense of it. Now, when Kutcher drops out of Elizabethtown,
4
and they're in a
years later, 3 years later,
and it was like, late in the game, they had the rest of the cast set. They were doing rehearsals and everything. What
Right.
are we gonna do? He goes, what's the best working relationship I've had?
Crowe wakes up, Jerry Maguire style, covered in sweat. He gets to his Mac laptop, his power
writes
book.
a manifesto.
Yeah, he writes a manifesto.
Yeah.
He finds his manifesto about the Denim Invasion.
Yeah.
And he's like, Bloom.
That's
what we'll do.
It's bloom. It's spring. We got to bloom these flowers.
Do you think Elizabethtown would have worked if it was Bloom and Beckinsale? If he'd gotten them back together?
I will say this.
I don't think so.
No, you don't think so?
I don't think so. I think you gotta
There's
go
no
through some
circumstances under which it could have
just
worked.
like instinctively I say no, so I have to say that.
Yeah.
But no,
that
it has
was
to be.
reflexive.
I almost like puked it into the mic. Absolutely not.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Should probably wrap up.
Okay.
All right, we're wrapping it up.
I
I
will say-
didn't win the Hamilton lottery, by the way. I told my Twitter
That's too
fans
bad. Oh,
you did
I
not
would let
win.
you know
I'm
what
sorry
happened to
about
me in the
that.
Hamilton lottery today. I did not win the Hamilton lottery.
I'm sorry about
That's
that.
okay.
How much time do we have?
I think
0
like
minutes.
negative minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do think they had great chemistry in this video.
Sure.
I
just
wish
wanna-
they did more work together. I'd love to see them do a film together again.
But wait, how
John,
does it end?
How's it end?
We described the ending. They are running away from
it goes
the
to an
Denim
overhead
people.
shot,
Yeah,
and they
fades to
just
white.
get sort of swarmed by the crowd. They
And then
sort
it
of
fades
phase
to
into
pure white.
pure white.
And then there's this weird
classic
blue
Cameron
box,
Crowe.
and the letters GAP appear. I don't know what that means.
Which is like, is it the gap between in their relationship?
Yeah,
There's
probably.
always a gap.
That's
as
what it
much as you
means.
feel like you're in love with someone, there's a gap between you and someone else. Do you have a final take?
Do you have any
wanna throw
takes
out?
No, I
on
wanted to say,
relationships?
I wanted to ask you guys say that they didn't have sex, and then they started the Denim Revolution, but then they finally got a moment alone with each other. What
Yeah.
do you think? How do you think? What do you think the sex acts were between the two of them once they got time to have sex after the Denim Revolution?
I think they had like a stomach thing after all that running.
You don't think
and
they were into
they
it?
weren't up for it, and they had to like wait till tomorrow.
I think it was straight up butt fucking. I think they're looking at all
I'm
these
sticking
people
with
wearing
mine.
jeans. Butts are the thing. They're intensified. And I think he was in this crowd looking at all these butts, and he was like, I gotta fuck a butt.
But
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, that's our
Okay,
take.
that's
That's
our
our show.
episode.
We're
That's
gonna
our
end
episode.
right there.
Yeah, merchandise spotlight. Gap is a national
Jeans.
chain.
I'm
you can
wearing
go there and
jeans.
buy denim.
Are you wearing jeans? No, you're not.
No.
I'm wearing like these. I think these might be. No, they're Uniqlo. I'm wearing like.
You're wearing a green jean.
I'm wearing green pants.
Green jean.
Yeah, but go to Gap. They have great merchandise from the Denim Invasion. They're still selling Denim Invasion merchandise. And as always, just fuck a butt.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This has been a UCB Comedy production. Check out our other shows on the UCB Comedy Podcast Network.